If you are anything like me and know, well, there's probably an app for that. Yeah, you got a home here. Welcome to the Ghost Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. Thank you so much for hanging out with us yesterday. I told you I would be talking about apps. There's an app for everything, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. Oh, my technology and the phones and all this. Well, let me tell you something. I get a lot of grief when I talk about kids in the outdoors and technology. And the reason why is I believe kids should have technology in the outdoors. I don't think you should rip an iPhone from a kid. That's an appendage to them. So if you want a kid to hate being outdoors with you, take their phone away. So instead of taking the phone away, and this is kind of a summarized summarized opinion here, instead of taking it away, make them the expert at the apps. Make them the expert for your Garmin. Make them the expert for your OnX Hunt. Make them the expert for your fish finders, whatever it is. Make them the pro for tech. Make them the camera person. Make them the whatever. Just allow them to have their phone and use it on a regular basis while y'all are outside, and then they're going to want to keep going outdoors. And that led me down this rabbit hole, not really a rabbit hole, but it just led me down this road of making sure that I have the right apps on my phone for what I do. And a lot of those, a lot of the apps are free. Some are subscription based. Some are worth it and some aren't. So I sifted through several and I put them into different categories like camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, and survival. Okay. And the apps that I have on my phone, right? These are the apps I have on my phone. So, isn't that cute? So, the apps that I have on my phone are as follows, and I'm not going to go through categories. I'll just say there's a lot of options for different things. I have for obviously for my grilling, of course, that's called Rise Kill Grill. Those are all my grill apps, but that is not for what we're talking about. I just kind of have that outdoors. Here we go. So I have iHike GPS. iHike GPS is fantastic. iHike GPS is something I talked about yesterday. It is a great hiking app. It's also a good, I'm just outdoors and I need to know where the hell I'm going. You can have geological survey maps of anywhere in the state, anywhere out of state. You just have to go to the it's not the prettiest app. I'll put it that way. It's very, very basic, and that's why it's gratis. You've got to go through their very exhaustive list of how many maps they have and where you're going to be. You have to make sure it's downloaded on there. Okay. And it will hold on to you. That GPS is tight. It will hold on to you and make sure that you are going in the right direction and see which way you're going. It has saved my tuchus out in the field several times. And of course, I have OnX Hunt. OnX Hunt and a Tree Stand, which we'll talk about here in just a moment, are the top two. They're the probably the best hunting apps that there are. And so I have that. I have Powder Hook. Powder Hook we're going to get to as well for some fishing. We have Google Earth. We have WeatherBug is the best weather app. My SSI, so that's my diving app, and we have Silencer Shop. It's not really just my silencer stuff. To get silencers is a pain in the tuchus. It really, really is. So those are what I have as my basically my top. Those are my quick go-tos. Those are actually in their own little folder, and they look just like that. So it's right there. So let's get into them, breaking them down by a category, so to speak. Okay, if you're a big camper, if you're an adventurer, if you just like getting out and you like to hike, obviously iHike is what I said there, but there is a cool user-generated campsite locator. If you're big into camping and getting out there, it's called The Dyrt, DYRT. And this is an app that it's $29.99 a year, something like that. But it's user generated, so you can get reviews on campsites. You can get pictures. You can see that. Okay, that's really. I remember I used before apps were even a thing. I forget what I used to get. It was a book on Baja, and I went to what I was told was a nice beach campsite. It looked like a refugee camp. When I got there, I was mortified. So I was very excited when technology caught up to us and said, guess what? You're never gonna be in that situation again. So the Dirt is a cool site, but again, it's a pay site. So yeah, there it is. All Trails we talked about yesterday. All Trails is just the app, the Apple. Oh yeah, yeah. So sorry about that, but good, solid hiking, very user friendly. O Ranger is a guide to all of the parks in the United States, and it's free. O Ranger, OH, comma Ranger. And so the American Park Network is designed to make tracking down nearby parks effective and easy. The app details the closest parks to you, what activities are available, and all the other important details that you would want before you go. I have this site. If you just end up kind of rolling around, but you don't want to go camping, you don't want to go hiking that day, I get punked for this all the time. I went geocaching a few times. I thought it was most fun I've had in a hot minute. Geocaching is there's certain little things that are scattered about town, scattered about the state, scattered about the nation, and they're basically little treasure boxes. You're going treasure hunting. So you take some trinkets, some whatever things or whatever, and you take something out of it, you put it back in, you put another one in. You go to this geocaching site. So this geocaching app is fantastic, and you can just take the kids out at any time. And I mean, they have a premium service. I think it's between, it's 25-ish bucks, but you don't think you need a premium unless you really get into it. And that's the cool part about this, as most outdoor apps have a basic version, and the basic version is usually free. It usually has in-app purchases, things like that stuff. You just have to sift through to get to the content. But then they also have the premium, which eliminates all of that, and you get a little more features. Yeah. If you're into outdoor, I'm sorry, outdoor. Good grief! Hold on, let me have some coffee. Holy mackerel, Michael! You can pay a little bit for. I can't even pronounce it, but it was used by my buddies who are out off-roading a lot. And there's an off-road navigation system. It's pretty easy to use. It's cool. It's I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to just spell it GAIA, GPS. GAIA. And then there's the National Parks Trail Guide, which I highly recommend. If you ever in a national park, the best trails, the coolest trails, reviewed trails. It's a really easy thing to find, and it's gratis. Mm-hmm. There you go. There is there's two weather apps that I want to talk about because I didn't put them into their own category, and I apologize. The first is called Windy. It's expensive. It's $100 a year, but it's weather for water sports. Okay. And the one that I use that I talked to you about earlier is free. It's called WeatherBug. WeatherBug, I've just found that if I have WeatherBug, I'm good. I didn't have to pay for anything. But this Windy thing is pretty cool for like windsurfing, kayaking, things like that. It's really cool. It's really cool. So. Oh, God, dog it. There's so many categories that keep popping up. Hold on a second. I had to talk about, hold on a second. Here we go. It's the ID things. So like flowers and plants and things that are edible, things that aren't. It's called iNaturalist. Yes. iNaturalist is free, and it can help you identify a bunch of stuff. And then there is a, so iNaturalist, and Google has a feature as well where it can help you identify the flora and the fauna, so to speak. All right. Let's jump over. We're talking about apps right here on the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. Now let's go to hunting. The best hunting apps. Pull up my hunting apps. onX, I told you, it's just amazing. onX just came in, and it almost seemed like it was going to be a Yeti kind of thing. Like it was first to market. It was cool. It was first to be promoted. It was pushed, and it was a hunting app that was just cool. And then, like go the way of Yeti. Yeti just started blasting the outdoor world, blasting every influencer with a cooler, and everybody had a Yeti, and it was cool. And then companies like Canyon came along and said, hold my beer, we do this better. But Yeti's kind of the brand name of the roto molded coolers, right? But we all know that Canyon's better. And if you go to canyoncoolers.com, use the code GOSHOW, you're going to get 15% off your order. Now, this is my hands down my favorite app, and I'm Onyx just is. It's my favorite app. And I'm sorry, my sister was just calling while I was doing that because everybody forgets that I do this for a living. Whew. Anyway, Onyx Hunt is the way to go. The second in line, essentially for the for hunting specifically, is Tree Stand. Tree Stand is I'm sorry, it's hunt. Oh yeah. Did I just call that tree? Have I been calling that Tree Stand the entire time? Holy cow, Michael. Okay. Let's try it again. It's called Hunt Blind. I apologize. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can pull this up because I don't have that one because I had exactly what I want with Onyx. But yeah, so let's see here. Hunt Stand. Holy mackerel, Michael. Wow. Okay, we might just start this whole program over. Can we start over? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Couldn't even get some more coffee, I guess. I don't know. Hunt Stand is basically the second. It's Onyx Hunt and Hunt Stand. I thought Onyx Hunt was going to go the way, like I went into this long rambling Yeti story, and I think that it's going to be. I thought it was going to be something like that, but no. Onyx just kept building. Onyx just kept getting better, and so Onyx is it to me. Onyx is the way to go. I think they're truly the best. There are some very interesting features that Hunt Stand has that they're kind of I don't think they're useful, but it makes it a more, I wouldn't say robust. It makes it a little more in depth of an app, but I just like the usability of Onyx because I know it. And you know, there might be people out there that say Hunt Stand is just a better it's a better app. Might be, but I think Onyx can at least pace it, and I know it well. How about that? Okay. Powder Hook. I want to talk about that because we're going to talk about fishing apps in a moment here. And Powder Hook is a hunting app. It's also a fishing app, and it's gotten into the I think it's gone a different way. Powder Hook, as I was introduced to it, Powder Hook was a mentor app, an outdoor mentor app. Now it's being kind of billed as a little social media component instead of, dude, you need help, you need to go out, you need a boat, you need a this, you need a that, help with a camp, whatever it is. Powder Hook was the way to go on it. And it was a mentoring app that I was super excited about. But it's kind of gone into just kind of the hunting app way with a social media component. So I haven't used it in quite a while because I didn't feel like I was doing as much mentoring. You know, when you get like a health app, like a workout app or something like that, and you're not using it as much as you thought you were when you download, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get fit, I'm gonna do this. And you don't use it, so you just don't open it anymore. Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't. So I see if it even opens up to my account here. Yeah. Nope. Now it's asking me to log in. Sorry, Powder Hook. I don't remember what my password would possibly be. I have no idea. So Los Santo, my fault. Yeah. But anyway, it was a mentoring app. It's something to look into, and I'll definitely take a look at getting my act together there with my passwords. Let's get to Fishbrain. Fishbrain is probably one of the most popular fishing apps there is. Really, it's find fishing spots. People are talking. There's what did they say? It was something in the millions. So people post the catches on there and things like that. So it's something like 15 million catches, verified catches that have been posted on Fishbrain. It is a very social media type of deal. A lot of people are dropping points. This is what fish are hitting on. This is where the fish are there. You get to see structure lines, contour lines. Fishbrain to me is the best one out there, but I can look at, let me see this here. Best fishing apps. Yeah, it's not even on. It's number, according to Wired to Fish, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not for, to me, it's the best. I mean, but it's also on a list with the Weather Channel and Google Earth and Garmin Active Captain. Garmin Active Captain is actually pretty cool. And Trout Routes, we always talked about. We talked about Trout yesterday. I'm not a fan at all. But there is just a clear winner to me, and that's FishBrain. So FishBrain, if you're looking into a really cool fishing app, FishBrain is definitely the way to go. Let's click on the site here. FishBrain, yeah, yep. Fishing forecast, fishing spots, depth maps, logbook, waypoints, and log your catches. I mean, there's really not much that FishBrain does not do. So if you want my top pick, it's FishBrain for sure. Yep, there we go. And then here's something that's important that I think that can change the game when we're talking about the outdoors. And I was thinking about, I have a permit to go to Havasupai in September, but now everybody's getting sick going to Havasupai. And my girlfriend's friend was going to go, who is finishing her nursing school. So I'm like, well, that's cool. I will go anywhere in the outdoors with a nurse. Heck yeah. Yeah. I know if something's going to go wrong, it's going to be taken care of, or at least, I have a better chance of survival or not doing something really, really dangerous to myself if I've got a nurse with me. That's why I have these apps. The Red Cross app is probably the easiest go-to app that you can get. It's got everything. Because you think about it, if you're a company like Red Cross, and why is my thing is refreshing. The American Red Cross has if there's some sort of an emergency, the Red Cross wants you already on the way to healing and recovering by the time they get there. They would love for somebody to be like, yeah, I applied a tourniquet to this because I saw it on your app and how to do it. Okay. It's got 4 out of 5 stars from doctors, emergency room doctors. All right. First Aid Fast is up there. I'm not a giant fan of First Aid Fast, but I am, if you just want the actual, the one it's the American Red Cross. That's what I would put. There's also one called, let me see if I still have it. It's First Aid Guide Offline. So basically it's downloaded onto your phone and you have everything you could possibly need, from tourniquets to how to apply pressure, where to apply pressure, what to do and what not to do. I just saw one that just zipped by here called First Aid Fast. So I would get the American Red Cross, and I would get, let's see here. Oh, on the Google Play Store, that's got a, okay, we're downloading this First Aid Fast. Okay, I'm going to click that here. First Aid Fast. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to the Google store on that, I tell you that much. So First Aid Fast and the American Red Cross. Do that and you're good. There's one called First Aid Kit, First Aid and Emergency Techniques, Smart First Aid. Just have a first aid app on your phone. Period. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to at all. And of course, we're talking about apps on your phone. Survival skills. There's the one I have is the offline survival manual and the SAS survival guide. And there's an SAS survival guide light. There's prepper apps and all that. I wasn't getting into that kind of stuff, but the SAS survival guide, offline survival manual. And are you ready for this? I do not sleep on this one. Knots 3D. KNOTS, Knots 3D. Those are the apps that you should have on your phone. OnX Hunt for hunting, or HuntStand if you want. FishBrain for fishing, no better. WeatherBug is to me is just, that's the one I use and that's the best. And then the camping routes for the do I still have I don't have my camping apps up. But the ones from MyDirt, the ones that you can see campsites and rate those and get the trailheads for the national parks, just good to have on your phone. It is a good thing to have on your phone because, again, it doesn't take up a lot of space on your phone, and a lot of the stuff can be downloaded, so you can just have it there with you. And I want to talk about that. I want to speak about that as we wrap this up. But I'm sorry, I'm all scatterbrained. At the very same time, I'm dealing with this show. We do this show from Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, West Valley, Arizona. Sorry. And I help a friend of mine manage a house, and that house is, as of yesterday, sans AC. So when it's 112 degrees outside, and I have AC companies left and right telling me, "Oh, just give us $8,000, 9,000, 10,000. No, what do you want to give?" And I got all this going on right now. And meanwhile, the family that is burning up, I'm trying to get them into a hotel. It's let me tell you, it's a mess. Anyway, I want to leave you with something that is very, very important, and I think it's wildly important. And it is the ability to download video. There are free versions of what I'm about to show you, but and you can find any other version. Basically, video ripping is what this is called. I use Surfast, Surfast video downloader. And the reason why I do this is I have so many videos saved to a file on my phone for tying fishing knots, for the gutless method for processing game in the wild. I have videos on how to change whatever I'm going to be, how to change a trailer tire on a jumping jack. I have all of these videos downloaded, so they're downloaded on the phone, so I don't need Wi-Fi to watch the video. And I think that taking videos of people doing things and downloading videos of people doing things is the most underused thing on our phones. Because how are you going to say, "Oh, I gotta Google how to change a tire on an F-150"? And by the way, if you think that's easy and you have a newer car, changing a tire is a whole different ballgame. Ain't the way it used to be. So I have apps like that, not apps, I'm sorry, videos like that I put into Surefast, and it just downloads the video from the website, and boom, away I go. And I don't think it does YouTube, but does Twitter and Instagram and any other real website that you put up there. You just paste it in there, and it just pulls the video out, and boom, then you just put it on your desktop, put it on your phone, and then away you go. You know how to do it. How to, what if you have a tent, like a big tent or trailer. How about if you have a trailer and you have to do a video because your generator went out or something like that? How to repair this or how to repair that. Just download the video and keep it on your phone. That's easy. That's better than an app. And let me tell you why it's better than an app. Because almost every time I go away from an app for a minute and I come back, it says, "Now it's time to update." Oh, can't update because you don't have Wi-Fi. I know, because I'm in the middle of the desert, you bozo. Yeah. So it's very, very beneficial to every situation you think you might get into. And like I said, it could be easy as you have a Chevy Silverado and you don't even know where the jack is. Just download the video of changing a tire on a Chevy Silverado. And it sounds routine, but you know what I'm talking about. If you have maybe you have like a Quiet Cat or something like that, one of the e-bikes for the outdoors. If you have one of those, just look into troubleshooting that and download the videos. It's just easy. One of the best to me, Knots 3D is fantastic, but the best for me is tying a leader line or retrieving a hook from maybe a gut hooked fish or something, whatever it is. I have the videos right here that I can use. I have each of my firearms, how to break down each of my firearms right here. I know, Mike, you should know how to break down firearms. We should all know how to break down firearms. There's sometimes you just like, you know what? I'm going to watch the video quick, so make sure I don't screw this up because I got a jam here and I got to deal with it. It's all here on the phone. To me, it's the Mike Outdoor app is what that is. And the neat thing about it, it could be the Grizz Outdoor, it could be the Lynn Outdoor app, it could be any Fred Outdoor app, whatever it is, the videos you put in there is your app now. Because my app is going to be different than you. I don't know if you have a jumping jack, a Ford F-150. I have different things. I tie different lines. I don't know if you use braided line, monofilament, fluorocarbon. Don't know. I have the stuff that I use that's beneficial to me to have those videos on there, so I know everything how to. I have a Fred Eichler video, which is it started this whole thing, because when I had my first elk tag, excuse me, I wanted to do a gutless method because I was going to be with a guy. I'm not going to throw him under the bus here. Of a guy who was really squeamish with blood, really, really squeamish. So I wanted to do a gutless method. And so I had this Fred Eichler video on my phone ready to go. And lo and behold, we didn't get a deer that time, but actually we did, but there was a buddy of mine and he already processed it by the time we got over to him. So Yeah, I mean, it's just easy to download videos onto your phone. There's no excuse not to anymore. And people are like, oh, you can't download this stuff because of copyright infringements. I'm not selling these. They're literally for my private use. They're how-to videos. If the people are doing how-to videos, they want me to know how to do it. So I'm going to do it. I mean, can you believe that? There's damn near nothing you can not find online. Like any how-to. How to, I don't know, repair a kayak that's been cut in half on the water. You can do that, right? How to respool a line, whatever it is. Best ways to, fish in high wind, or every video you can have right there. And even better, so you can download all the Go Show videos so you're out there when you're not catching fish, you're watching the Go Show. Ha! Ah. Oh, my goodness. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I hope this was beneficial. Again, sorry it was a little disheveled. A little disheveled today, dealing with a family in need of some AC, but we got them all taken care of, so they're being taken care of as we speak. Because why? Because while I'm doing this show, while we're talking, I'm right here on the phone. Boom, got it, just like that. See, that's how we do. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you hanging out. We're going to do this again tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to pick a good topic. We'll have some fun, though. I'll tell you that much. All right. Thanks for hanging out here on the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors. This beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Have a great